Hey guys, it's Alex Dean or Alex with Ataxia. I'm here in my garage today to show you the wheelchair accessible vehicle that I use to drive around or ride around town. There are two different interior setups, one to drive and one to be the passenger. I will show you all today, as well as talking a little bit about what I do nowadays as far as driving, fine motor concerns and motor concerns in general. But we'll get there later. The hope today is to show y'all options that I frankly was not aware of when I went through the whole process of trying to set up my own independent life when I was in college in Norman. From setting up a social life like dinner, friends, going different events around town, even just going back and forth to doctors or therapy appointments or whatever. I must say that I'm totally aware there are financial aspects or other things to consider. I just know that when I've gone out, people have come up and asked questions about the car. I obviously didn't know anything about this either when I first started, so I wanted to show this to other people in hopes that it would be helpful. I should also note that this Ford Explorer that I'm showing is a 2018. So I'm sure there are new features and modifications. I'm showing this model to kind of show the basics of a wheelchair modified vehicle. First things first, hit the unlock button 3 times to open the ramp to the car door so I can get inside. Different cars will obviously have that set up differently, but that's what we do on this one. Some of the bigger wheelchair vehicles, like the first one I owned, will have ramps that fall or fold out when you open the doors, but this, as we'll see, just slides out of the floorboard. I will also note that I'm in my garage right now, so with it being echoey and everything, that makes this sound a lot louder. The ramp does screech a little bit just mechanically when it comes out. So I'm gonna roll over here and stop talking and just let you see that. Alright, so you can't see me, but now I'm gonna roll over here and line up so you can see that, and then move the camera to the other side of the car and continue filming. So I'll get lined up here the way I normally would. You can probably see that I've got my chair tilted a little more forward than normal, not much, but I want to be able to get in and move around in the car. There's a locking system on the floor that you maybe can't see. So I will do the tight turn around here to get lined up so I can roll forward and hit that locking spot. And then I'm set to show you the hand controls. Alright, so the first part of the hand controls is this thing. It's a push rock is, I believe, the terminology. So you push into brake, and noticing that I have left the car off so I don't accidentally drive into the wall here. So you rock the handle back so it's more in your wrist to push the gas pedal and go forward. That's the gas brake situation. And then I've got this, I don't really know what you call it, but this handle on the steering wheel. So I can drive and turn if the car's on with one hand. Now I will back up and reverse this whole getting in process, and I'll come back in once I've asked my roommate to switch the driver and passenger chair so I can get on the passenger side and show a little bit about how I do that. There we go. So you see in this setup, I've got the driver's seat in and the passenger side open. So I'll roll in here. I mentioned before my wheelchair being tilted a little bit forward so I can get my feet under this driver chair. Go ahead and line up to get locked in. Here we go. This is my normal day-to-day. I'm riding in the passenger seat when normally my roommate or family or lady that comes and helps me during the day, they're normally driving while I'm riding in here. I mentioned earlier that I would talk about the driving choice that I made, or rather to not drive very much. That's the choice. After I had a couple not serious at all, but a couple accidents. One of them in particular, hitting a bump in the road that knocked my hand off the brake and caused a little bit of just a fender bender. Either way, I feel like I have enough motor issues going on without risking hurting anyone else or doing anything dumb. So I normally have one of the others that I mentioned driving and me in the passenger seat like this. So now I'm gonna back out, turn around so I'm going down the ramp face down, and then we'll talk a little bit more once I get all the way down and out. Just kind of wrap things up for the car video. Close the ramp. As you see, there's actually a light that turns on when the ramp comes out. So if I don't close the ramp all the way, it has been bad for the battery. It's killed it. So I'm always careful to close the ramp whenever I get home for the day. So I should mention that I talked more in my book about learning and driving, the independence that it brought me personally. Even now, this has been an absolute wonderful blessing in my life. And I will say that my first car had a chair that I had to transfer over into. I hear stories of people having to lift or find out how to carry their family members or kids that are in wheelchairs and put them over in the car. One of the reasons this has been so amazing, and I wanted to be able to show that this is an option, is that transfers or anything like that are no longer an issue. So that's been wonderful and something I wanted to show y'all. Tune in next week for more tips, tricks that I hope can be helpful to someone. Otherwise, like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week.